Hey, friends. Welcome to another episode of Priorities on Purpose. I'm your girl, Melissa Batt, and today you're going to get a sneak peek of day one of one of the previous 12 Weeks of Success workshops. So we are talking all about goal setting. If you ever set goals and you don't actually follow through and accomplish what you're wanting to accomplish, hello, that's most of us probably. You're going to want to check out this episode. So stay tuned and it's going to be really, really good. Also, don't forget that the next workshop is coming up really, really soon. Don't miss out on it. You can get free coaching. And again, there's no catch. It's all free. Hey there, I'm Melissa Batt, the host of Priorities on Purpose, a podcast for overwhelmed direct sellers who want to grow their income, audience, and influence without sacrificing their mental health and main priorities. Whether you're just starting a new adventure or you're 15 years in and have already climbed the ranks, I want to help you have the life and the business of your dreams. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Or maybe you thought you had it and something changed. Whether you have your entire dream mapped out or have completely given up on all the possibilities, I'm here to remind you that God is bigger than the little box we put him in. This side gig is part of his plan. It's not your sole purpose, but it absolutely has purpose. As a Christian life and business coach, I'm here to help you get out of your head and live with intention so you can enjoy what matters most without the guilt. More time to do what you love, more peace, more impact, more money, and opportunities to give to those you want to help. I promise to be your hype girl, business bestie, and biggest cheerleader as I share proven and simple strategies that will be sure to help you live a fulfilled life with a strong, sustainable business. Are you ready to stop chasing all the shiny things and get laser focused? Put your earbuds in while you're cooking dinner or folding out laundry, and let's get to it, friend. This is one time when multitasking is actually going to be beneficial. I talked yesterday briefly about how we sometimes will set a goal and we don't accomplish the goal. And why don't we accomplish the goal? Lots of reasons. Sometimes we like the idea. Look, I'm going to be stepping on some toes today. Okay. I'm going to be stepping on some toes. I hope you're here for it. I say it with love. And I wouldn't know these things exist if it wasn't for me struggling with the same things. Okay. So one of the things that I see and I have done in the past is I like the idea of something better than I actually like the idea of doing it. And so a lot of the times when I am coaching someone, that's a question I will ask you, especially if you're getting hung up. If you're getting hung up and you say, I had a coaching client who was like, I wanted to have a YouTube channel and do this and all of that. And they had these big goals. And I'm like, do you want it bad enough to work for it? Or do you just like the idea of it? And it's okay if you just like the idea of it. I would ask you more questions if you were to admit that to me. Like, is it fear that's holding you back? Like, is there something holding you back? Or is this something that just sounds cool? Just because it sounds cool doesn't mean we have to do it. I think a lot of things sound cool. I love when I see someone doing something that I haven't done, but that doesn't mean it's for me. And so asking yourself those kind of questions are super helpful when it comes to setting goals. Another thing I see and I talked about was sometimes you don't know what kind of goal to set because you're flying by the seat of your pants. Anyone else fly by the seat of their pants? Raise your hand. Let me know. Do you fly by the seat of your pants? If you do, there is a good chance, first of all, that's me. I'm recovering from that. If you fly by the seat of your pants, one thing that you do, and I know because I've done it, is you borrow the ideas of other people. You borrow their goals. Just because it's their goal doesn't mean it has to be your goal. And so again, thinking about this as when I was in direct sales or even even when it comes to weight loss or ministry or a nonprofit or even at work, you have someone who's like, I want to climb the ranks and make it, I want to own this company one day, or I want to be the president of the company or whatever. and you spend all this time, like they want that. And you're like, oh, that sounds like a really good idea. You automatically think that's like, you have to want that too. You don't have to want that. If that's not God's plan for you, it's okay if you don't want it. That doesn't mean that you suck. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're not ambitious and driven. It just means you are called for something else. And that's okay. Same thing with like college. Some people automatically think you should be going to college. Like, oh, I need to go to college. I need to get my degree. I need to, like that's what society tells us. That's what the world tells us. But if that's not something that you truly want to do, why are you doing it? Just because it's an expectation that other people have for you. Now, granted, like if you're married, like people close to you feel like they know you really well. Like you can absolutely take in that information and think about it and pray about it. But just because they expect it from you doesn't mean that's what God expects from you. And so really, as we get started on talking about goals, I felt like it was really important to start here. Like, why do we mess up? Why do we fail? What are the excuses that we tell ourselves? I wrote down a list of excuses that I hear, and I want to give you an opportunity to share some of your excuses. Like, what are the excuses? What are the reasons why you don't accomplish your goal? What are some reasons why you don't even set a goal in the first place? I want to hear it. So talk to me in the comments. This is the beauty of this workshop being live. I wanted to be able to roll up my sleeves, although I had to take off my jacket because it's so hot out here. I wanted to like get in this with you. Okay. And so I want you to really talk to me and let's dialogue back and forth so I can help you, because the more information you give me, the better I can help you. Okay. And that's what I'm here for. For the next 30 minutes or so, I want to connect with you individually. If you are willing to show up during the noon hour, I am coaching you for free. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So, here are some, while you guys are putting it in the comments, here are some of the excuses I have heard or used myself when it comes to goal setting. Okay. I don't have a goal. I don't know what I want. I'm in survival mode. I don't even know where to start. I'm overwhelmed and I haven't even started. I don't have time. Oh, that's a big one. I don't have the paper degree that says I'm qualified. That's a good one. I mean, I used for a long time for like the goal that like I knew I wanted to do something, but I was using all kinds of excuses like imposter syndrome got in my head and I didn't even know what those words meant at the time. But then I realized through working with my coach that it was absolutely imposter syndrome. And I was like, but why do I need to do this? Because there's other people already doing it. So why would I need to do it? And of course, this is for like the big dream. Some of you may have been in survival mode so long, you haven't even had time to dream. You're like, I don't have this big dream. I don't have this big goal of where I wanted to go. Although if you do, listen, one of the bravest things you can do right now is put it in the comments. There is something so powerful about acknowledging it and sharing it with someone else. And when you can share it with someone else, that's the first step. And so if you are brave enough and you have the dream, you have the thing that you know you want to do, put it in the comments for me, okay? Be brave right now. There is so much power in this. I'm telling you, it may not make sense, but believe me, I'm so like, it works. I love that some of you guys are brave enough to share. If you have never been part of one of my workshops, you should know right now I have ADHD, and lack of focus used to be a huge excuse for me because I get distracted really easily. And it was an excuse for everything from like wanting to do my dream job to even being able to do a small goal. Like I couldn't focus. Okay. So I hear overwhelm. I can't do that. It won't work out for me. I don't have a goal. I don't have time. No one will support me. Fear of being a failure. First excuse, feeling like I don't have the time. Second excuse, focusing on myself takes time away from my child. Third excuse, what if I really don't want to? Well, you won't know until you try. What I want to do is volunteer at church, fish at my lake house, and do paper crafts. My goals are to sell off my inventory of everything by December 31st. I plan to be personal use and enjoy life. I was borrowing others' goals. I hear you. My dreams won't come true. Not yet. I'm not ready. Maybe when the kids get older. Self-sabotage, fear of failure. I'm going to start a nonprofit to help domestic violence survivors with children transition from shelter to financial independence. I love that. And we should definitely talk because that's something I'm currently kind of working on. Fear of change, fear I can't do it, fear I won't make it. My goal would be to support my family so we're able to do things together without worrying about money. Yes, definitely lack of focus. I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow. These are all me as well. Okay. Thank you guys for being so brave. Those are huge. Whoever said they wanted to start a nonprofit to help domestic violence survivors, I would love it if you would share your name. And then I want to volunteer at my church, fish at my lake house, and do paper crafts. Tell me who you are because I want to hear from you. I want to know who you are. That right there, I know sometimes can be so scary just to say it out loud. Mary, which one are you? The nonprofit or want to volunteer at the church and enjoy the lake? You know, I'd say like Mary, nonprofit, Mary, church and lake. Okay. Or maybe you did both. Maybe you said both. You tell me. Fishing and paper crafts is Glenda. Okay. I actually wondered if that was you, Glenda. Okay. So here are some things that I want to tell you now when it comes to these goals. Like, first of all, if you don't have a goal, it's okay. We can create a goal based on the fact that you don't have a goal. If you are alive and you don't want to stay the same place that you are, does anyone want to stay exactly where you are? Someone asked me that one time, and it did not occur to me that some people are completely happy where they are. And I can't grasp that concept because I feel like no matter where you are, there's opportunity for growth. And that doesn't mean that you have to continue to strive for more and more and more and be more and be more and be more and all of that. But I just feel like we always, until the day we die, like God has a purpose for us. And so we should be living that out. And so your goal may look different. We can always learn. We can always grow. And so I have a hard time understanding the concept of like, I don't need to set a goal because I am like, you haven't arrived until you get to heaven. That's my philosophy and my thought. Okay. So some of you may just want peace. I don't know if you saw my shirt today. It says I'm addicted to peace. I got this shirt in over the weekend and it's from Beacon Threads. I love it because that is like the theme for me. Like, God, help me live in peace. Help me stop worrying about what the world wants from me and start focusing on what you want from me. Hey friends, that's it for this episode. If you found value, I would love it if you could take a couple of seconds and leave me a quick review. While it may seem super simple, it is so beneficial and gives me the opportunity to help more women. Also, take a screenshot and share it on social media with your biggest aha today. Don't forget to tag me at MelissaBatOfficial so we can connect. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, friend, keep walking it out one baby step at a time because God's got you.